Good evening, 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite fans. Thanks for joining us here on Pens Elite TV, Cine TV, for game number 4 of the 216 Showcase, which will pit the 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite, wearing white once again against the boys in red, white, and black. That would be the 2015 Cleveland Barons organization. As we have a 1 minute and 41 second countdown here on the scoreboard. We're back on the west side of the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. As coming up next is game number 4 and game number 2 of the afternoon. Live from Strongsville, Ohio, outside of Cleveland, Ohio, the Cleveland metro area. If you tuned in earlier today, you would have seen a 3-1 victory, a complete game. Maybe the Pens Elite first complete game of the year, as they took down the Whippy Wildcats. So I believe are number 5 in Canada, potentially number 4 in Canada. The only goal on the frame, or of the day, was in the third period frame from the Whippy Wildcats. It was a power play goal to make it 3-1, but largely dominated by the boys in the gold helmets. So we have 48 seconds here on the scoreboard. We'll be back with action from the 216 Showcase here coming up next. All right, play set to begin here. As Connor Wilson steps in for the opening faceoff. He'll be flanked by Bingham Green and Mason Fritchie on the backside. Brady Fritchie, number 9, who now separates his man from the puck, moves it to Connor Wilson, gets it up to number 4. That's Mason Fritchie. He's going to be sealed off on the wall. Wilson drives Scott off the puck, goes to the point man. It's CJ Nenevisa, takes it back to neutral. Back to Connor Wilson. They're going to play catch. Back to Nenevisa. Nenevisa goes D-to-D over to 9. That's Brady Fritchie. Fritchie surveys the scene. He's going to walk in now. Has it on his forehand. Snaps in. Goes off the left shoulder of Thiessen. Mason Fritchie now controls it behind the net. He's separated from the puck. Brady Fritchie pinches down. He moves it to Bingham Green. Pens have zone time now. Early in the first period in this match between the Cleveland Barons and the 2015 Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. As back to center, it's going to deflect off the stick of Nenevisa. Foot race now as Tanner Scott, number 16, dumps it in deep. Collecting behind starting netminder today, number 33, Luca Thompson, was Brady Fritchie. Gets worked back to center off the stick of Cole Davis. As Pens had to be careful there not to pick up a too many men call. As Borman stepped on. That's a long shift here for the forwards of the Pens Elite. Able to complete the change now. As Ambrose Papuano is going to step into Guerra. Followed on by Borman. Still has that puck. He's going to be knocked down as Ambrose Papuano. He evades some pressure here. He's going to use his wheels. Got a man ahead of the play. It's Nico Stark. Left-handed Swiss Army knife for the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite. As Wang has it behind the net, he's going to move it up now to his winger as it goes off the backside of Reese. And it's kicked around here in the neutral zone as Easton Borman finds this puck. He's going to pressure Wilkos. Still going to harass him as Wilkos almost turns the puck over to Cole Davis. Nico Stark's going to activate now. He gets on his winger position. It comes to Noah Welch here at the point. Welch is going to snap it in on the net. It goes off the hip of Nico Stark. Bugai is going to try to clear the zone and does, but pocket picked by Riker Ferguson. He's coming in 1-on-4 now. Pens are changing behind the play. He's got a trailer up high. It's the two defensemen. Ferguson's able to hold this puck long enough to complete the change. Reinforcements arrive. 12:32 to go in the first period. Unable to hold the zone there, the Pens, but Nenevisa goes back. He seals off his man. That's Reese. And moves it right back on the attack. Come the boys in white once again here from the 2-1-6 showcase. Have worn white all 4 games. Have had a positive result for the first 3. Grant Loya winds it up. Goes under the stick of Paris. Trying to get to this puck is Riker Ferguson. Pens are going to go with 9 forwards and 5 defensemen again. That's set up for the game here against the boys from Cleveland. Blake Paris has it at center. He's muscled into by Gailey. Coming out of the fray is going to be Gailey as he moves it back to Noah Welch. Noah Welch goes D to D to Brady Fritchie. Moves it up to Connor Wilson. Wilson's going to attack Thiessen here. He dances around him, but loses the puck. Wilson recovers. Wilson's in all alone. Connor Wilson walks in. Had some daylight there. Glove down by Perkins. Perkins went down early there. Just unable to elevate. But nice turnover there. Picked up by the Pens Elite to get the first shot of the day on netminder 29, Perkins. Wilson steps in for the draw. It's going to be one back to Brady Fritchie. He snaps it in on net. On to get this puck is his brother Mason. He's going to peel down below the goal line. Tries to hit a man in front. It's Bingham Green. Wilson's going to hustle over to get to this puck now. Controls it on his backhand. He's going to be shoved to the wall by Lepenga. Mason Fritchie. He controls, but we're going to have our first penalty of the game as Lepenga threw the body into Wilson. And the Pens are going to have the turkey on the table with 11:09 to go in the first period as they're going to go to the PP. Thanks for tuning in from wherever you are, whether it's Western Pennsylvania. I heard there's a viewing party going on right now, so thanks for tuning in to Cine TV. Late line change is going to be granted here to the Cleveland Barons as 17 steps in for the draw against Connor Wilson. Some communication here between Wilson and his line mates. Flashing out in front was Mason Fritchie. Bingham Green tries to bank it off the backside of Perkins. It's controlled by Brady Fritchie at the point. He dances around his man. That's 34. Centering pass attempt doesn't get through. It's broken up by Wilkos, held in the zone momentarily by Brady Fritchie. He's going to go D to D to Noah Welch. Welch is going to try and walk in the zone now. He's going to dump it in deep. Picked up by Thiessen. Comes up here on the wall as Brady Fritchie's able to keep the zone. Gets it to his brother Mason Fritchie. Mason Fritchie's going to come in, snaps a shot in on Perkins. Pens right now, 3 shots on goal. With 10:33 to go in the first period, 55 to go on the power play. Changing up the troops as Easton Borman comes onto the ice now to take this draw, flanked by Colt Davis and number 7 Nico Stark. On the backside, Ambrose Papuano and Grant Loya. Nico Stark's going to switch with Ambrose Papuano. He's going to walk down. He goes into the high slot. He delays. Takes some time, takes some real estate here. He's going to move it down to the half wall to Borman. Borman finds Grant Loya, sneaking in the backside. Shot over the net now. Defender falls down. As the defender lost an edge and knocked the net off the moorings. Pens had something going there as the Barons catch a break. Borman once again is going to step in for this face-off. Flanked by Davis. And number 7, Nico Stark. It's in the skates of 55. Mazza, the defender, comes over to play this puck. He's being harassed by Stark. He's going to throw it behind the net to Bugai. Comes up high to Loya. He's able to keep it in the zone. He walks down. Has it at the face-off dot. He curls back now. He's hooking around. Finds Borman in the soft spot. Borman tries to curl around 55. Steps on the puck, though. Bugai's going to try and get it back to center here on the back check from Nico Stark. Thrown in behind netminder number 33, Luca Thompson. Picked up by Grant Loya. Loya snaps it up ahead. Unable to handle that, though, was Stark. As we're back to 5-on-5 play, picked up by number 43. Grant Loya goes under the stick of Colt Davis. Icing call coming up as it's unable to touch up on that puck. And 66, Wang picks it up for the Cleveland Barons. And we'll go back down into the Penguin zone here. 9:29 to go in the first period. Coming to you live from Strongsville, Ohio. Game number 4. Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. Bam! On the West Rink here. As centerman, the left-hander, Riker Ferguson, the Shaler product. He's going to step in here for this face-off. Brooks Gaworski steps into this puck. Throws it back into the neutral zone. Tapped ahead further by 25, Blake Paris. Comes back into the Pens D zone. And Avisa goes D-to-D to Fritchie. A little bit behind him, so he'll retreat behind his net. He's going to reverse now with Nenavisa. Nenavisa up off the wall. It's going to come all the way down into the Baron zone for another icing call. Called by the on-ice officials. 9 minutes even to go in the first period. Penn's going to stick with the same personnel grouping. Will be to the right of netminder number 33, Luca Thompson. Again, thanks for tuning in to Cine TV, Penn's Elite TV. Face-off dropped here as it's now picked up by 45. That's Brooksy Gaworski. He's got 55, 58, turned the wrong way, just unable to advance this any further. As he has his pocket pick now. Back into the offensive zone come the Barons. Comes high as it's going to be chipped around Mazza. Hustling back to cover for this puck is Bugaj. Goes off the face mask of Blake Paris. He's going to try and force it along further here. Connor Wilson now on from the bench. He's going to control on the wall. He curls off. He's got Newton dead to right, snaps it in on Perkins, going to glove this down. As an offensive zone faceoff comes up, 8:23 now to go in the first period. Will be to the right of netminder Perkins. On to take the draw, number 8, Connor Wilson. He's on with his line mates, Fritchie, Green, backside, Papuano, and number 14, Noah Welch. It's going to be one back. Fritchie goes back to get to this puck. He's going to leave it for Papuano. He's going to snap it down. It flex off his stick. Goes behind the net. Thiessen unable to play that puck, but fortunate bound for the Barons as it bounces out to the stick of a teammate in red. Lopanga is going to push this along further as it goes all the way down the ice to Lopanga. Correction, to off the stick of Lopanga behind to Papuano. Centering pass attempt goes in on Thompson. It's going to be cleared out of there off the stick of Welch up to Ambrose Papuano. Is going to come in. Pens have numbers. 4-on-2 develops. Drop pass here for Connor Wilson. He's got a man back door. Tries to go to him just behind him. As Connor, good idea there, was trying to hit Mason Fritchie. Lopanga's going to chip this along further. As Wilkes is going to try and work around Welch. He stops up here. Stick put into him. Welch is going to leave this for Wilson now. Wilson makes a man miss. As he gets back on the attack, Penn's changing their D behind the play. Coming forward now is Bingham Green. Centering pass attempt goes off the stick of Mason Fritchie into the corner to Takovics. Out of the zone now comes the puck. As thrown to the wall here from Nenavisa, picked up by number 43, the right-handed defenseman, Grant Loya. Loya reverses with Nenavisa. Nenavisa up the wall, off the stick of 11. That's Colt Davis. Touched up here. Ahead of the play, though, was a teammate in red. So offsides is the call. Neutral zone faceoff coming up with 6:57 to go in the first period. Penn so far in this showcase, 3 wins and no losses for that 3-0 record. Victories so far over PHC, the Chicago Reapers, and earlier today, the Whitby Wildcats, looking for another one right now. As we are in the early stages of game number 4 of the showcase, as Loya has his pocket pick snapped in on Thompson. Good save there. His first save of the game from number 33. No rebound. And he'll settle things down for another D-zone faceoff, as stepping in for this is 74 Easton Bournemouth. It's Wang on the half wall. He's going to throw it behind the net to Newton. Newton controls now. He's confronted by Nenavisa. Still below the goal line. As Borman and Loya battle for it. Davis unable to get the puck as it comes high to 66. That's Wang. Borman tries to strip his man. Comes down to Loya. He loses control. Newton has it. Centering pass attempt goes off a stick. As Nico Stark gets his feet moving. He's got a man ahead of the play. It's Colt Davis. Hits him on the tape. He's got a man going to the net. It's Easton Borman. Rolls off the tape of Davis, though. A couple of Pens wipe out. As it comes back to center to Brady Fritchie. He's going to go on his backhand up to Nico Stark. Stark tries to return the pass to Davis. A little bit behind him, though. As back in comes Tanner Scott. He's going to dump it in. And Pens have a lot of time here as the Barons are making a wholesale change. All 5 skaters are changing. Brady Fritchie. He's going to skate it up ahead. He makes his first man miss. Makes the second man miss. Brady Fritchie is in his forehand. Everybody's collapsing on him. Colt Davis tries to move it along further. Unable to do so, though, as Wilkos is going to bring it back to center. Welch is going to confront him, force him to the wall. Wilkos stops his feet here in the neutral zone as Thiessen is going to dump it in below the goal line. Brady Fritchie goes back to get to this puck. He's going to snap it off the wall. Looking for Nico Stark. Stark up to Riker Ferguson. He looks fresh right now. He falls down, though. As back into the offensive zone come the Barons, but that's broken up by Welch. Moves it up ahead to Riker Ferguson. He's harassed by Gailey. Both guys get their skates tangled up and they fall down. Welch now has this. He's going to chip it up off the wall. Back to neutral. As Reese tries to work it around Brady Fritchie. He says no to this. Brady Fritchie, he lumbers in, protects it on his backhand. He's got a man in front. He's going to try to move it to him. Riker Ferguson comes down instead. He's got a point man. He's going to go to him. It's Blake Parrish. Deflects off of his stick and out of the zone. Number 25, he collects. He makes a man miss now. Has it at center, Redder. 25, he's trying to get around Mazza. Mazza loses his stick as it was in the equipment of 25, Paris. Connor Wilson dances around Gailey, makes him miss. He takes a hook from 53, Takovitz. As the Pens are trying to get to this puck. Puck's going to be turned over from Gailey to Wilson. On to get this puck is Mason Fritchie now. Comes up the wall to 87. Wilson throws it in further once again. Barons having some trouble getting out of the zone. Mazza can't handle this puck now. Fritchie picks it up. Takovitz trying to now work it further. Wilson relentless on the forecheck as Mazza is able to tap it back to center red. Picked up by Bapuano. Moves it to Loya. 86 throws it off the glass to the skates of Grant Loya. Finds this puck. 27 just content to throw it back to the Pens D zone here. Dangerous play there as it's puck's recovered by 19 Bingham Green. Throws it on his backhand though through center. Covering for that is Ambrose Papuano. Wilson goes to Loya. Loya surveys the scene, moves it ahead to Mason Fritchie. And he leaves it for Ambrose Papuano. It's in his skates though. Gailey tries to move it along. 3:16 to go in the first period. 0-0 the score. Ambrose Papuano now picks it up. He goes D to D. That's Connor Wilson covering back. Bingham Green tries to step up to this puck. Brady Fritchie calmly puts it off the wall. But it's picked up now by the Barons who bring it back to center. It's on the backhand and Anavisa, so he's going to throw it here to the boards. Where it's picked up by Bingham Green. Tries to headman this puck just out of the reach of Connor Wilson. Pens are going to get a change as 27 was trying to dummy that puck. Just a little bit too slow to go back for it. As Tanner Scott has his pocket picked by CJ Anavisa. Leaves it for Brady Fritchie. Backhands it up to Nico Stark now. 2:32 to go in the first period. Brady Fritchie now picks it up. He retreats to his faceoff dot as he puts it off the boards, looking for Colt Davis. Back into the Barons defensive zone as Nanavisa has to peel back as he had a man ahead of the play. Borman throws it back to keep puck control. Back to Brady Fritchie. Goes over his stick of Davis, and that's going to be an icing call. So the Pens are going to complete the change here, switch up their D pairing with 2:08 to go in the first period. Pens have had a lot of zone times, not a lot of shots though. I think 4 shots so far on the day, maybe 3. 2-1 for the Barons. Unofficial stats. As stepping in for the draw is Easton Borman. Borman's going to win this back cleanly to Ambrose Papuano. He throws it behind the net to Noah Welch. Welch is going to move this along further to Nico Stark, who chips it out of the zone. Back to center. Wang goes off the skates of Reese. Papuano steps into him. As a man hit the deck, it was 17 Wilkos. Borman's going to dance around Thiessen now. He's thrown into the wall. He gets back on his feet, retains puck control as Wilkos is going to come back to center. Stark's going to cover back for him. He's going to try and get around Stark. Back to try and get to this puck was Welch as it shot over the net. As it's dumped in deep once again. Going back for this puck is 14 Noah Welch. He's going to throw it quickly up to Papuano. Papuano tries to chip it around Reese. Goes no further. On to help out was Easton Borman. Papuano's got some time and space right now. He's going to take that lane. Moves it up to Colt Davis. Dances around Gailey. Mazza chips it up. On to try and get to this puck as the Pens are changing all 5 skaters. Welch is going to remain on here as he was unable to get to the bench as Loya has that puck stripped from him. 59 to go in the first period. Dancing off that wall is a Barons player, unable to get a shot away. As Riker Ferguson headmans this up to Brooksy Gaworski. 2-on-2 develops. He's got Ferguson going with him. Gaworski has that puck. Goes to Ferguson. Comes high in the slot here off the right shin guard of Paris. Mazza gets his feet moving now as he skates back to center. He's going to be challenged by Loya. Loya's going to step to him. Centering pass sticked away easily by Thompson. Off the half wall up to Brooks Gaworski. 26 to go in the period here. 93, Riker Ferguson. He steps up. He's going to chip it. Doesn't gain center red, though. Icing's going to be the call. So defensive zone faceoff coming up late in the first period. Couple more steps there, and Pens get a line change. Probably close out the period with the 0-0 score. Now defensive zone draw. 19.7 to go. Pens have been working hard so far today. Lots of zone time, not a lot of shots though. 3-2 the shot total, 0-0 on the board. As Connor Wilson wins this back cleanly to Brady Fritchie. Plays catch with Wilson. Pens are right back on the attack. They got Mason Fritchie behind the defender. Takes a hook. He's going to shoot the puck. Sticked behind the net by 29 Perkins. It's left for Connor Wilson. 6 to go in the period. Wilson's going to try and stuff this in. It is put in by Bingham Green to make it 1-0. Fritchie, Wilson, and Green off the face-off win in the D zone. Take it in and pop it up over the shoulder of 29 Perkins. And it's in the back of the net for the 1-0 lead. 1.8 to go in the period. And the pop-up goes beyond the goal line. And that's where things are going to end in the first period. As your Pittsburgh Penguins elites take the lead here from Strongsville, Ohio. And we'll be back here with second period action in a few moments. All right, 15 minutes on the clock here. Second period set to resume. Late goal with 1.8 on the clock from number 19, Bingham Green. As the Pens have the 1-0 lead here, but the Barons are back on the attack. As Bingham Green, the goal scorer, tries to clear the zone. He's going to work it around 9. Reese is going to chip it in there. Don't know if he hit center red. Did not, so icing's going to be the call again. Just one step short of the red line. But the last time this happened, it ended up with a clean face-off win from the Pens elite. who were able to cash in. On to take the draw once again, Connor Wilson. This line's been on fire this weekend, as the Pens are going to switch up their D here, as Papuano is going to switch with Loya. Both guys are going to cover here to the center as the Barons are loading up. The one side, Wilkos wins the draw. It's going to be snap. Good shot block there from Bingham Green. Now shot blocked by Papuano. Papuano throws it up off the wall with a point man. Lapanga keeps it in. Guerra tries to move it further. He's stripped by Papuano now. Papuano can't get that puck, but no worries, as 17 Wilkos was ahead of the play. He's going to go to the bench for a line change, as are the Pens personnel groupings. 14:29 to go in the second period. 1-0 the score. Thompson between the pipes. Faced 2 shots in the first period. Saved both of them, as Pens Elite got 4 shots of their own. Put 1 behind netminder number 29 on the pop-up. Rebound. Goal by Bingham Green. 14:21 to go in the second period. It's going to be thrown behind the net here as the Barons go D to D. It pops up high in the zone, where Barons are going to try and work around Nenavisa. Barons player runs into the back of the official. Brought back to center. 72 Gailey throws it in. Offsides is the call. Neutral zone face-off. 14:04 on the clock. So we will see Easton Borman take this draw. He's on with Nico Stark, number 7, number 11, Colt Davis, the backside, Nenavisa and Fritchie. You're going to do it all over again. As Wang and Stark fight for this puck, it's now on the skates of Borman. He's trying to protect it on the wall. Stark seals off his man. Over to try and get to this puck is Nenavisa. Pushes his man to the wall. Borman on to help out. Nenavisa picks up his man as Gailey pulls that puck out of some feet. Shoots it off the backside of the official. Gailey still has this puck. Shot off the shin guard of Borman. Perino now has it behind the net. Confronted by Nenavisa is Gailey. Borman wins that battle. Takovitz on to help out. Barons have some zone time here. First time of the game where they've really maintained some zone time here in the second period, as Borman moves it along, has his stick. There's a stick pulled out of his hands. Correction, there's a stick on the ice from Gailey. And it's going to be a Pens power play here, as 53 is going to sit down for the next minute 30 for the trip. 13:08 to go in the second period. 1-0 the score. Turkey on the table. Riker Ferguson steps in for the draw. He's on the power play here with Gaworski, Paris, Welch, and Papuano. It's going to be one back to Welch. He's going to step into this. He snaps it in on net. Wide of the net, though. Goes to the far corner. Hustling over to get to this puck is Paris. Leaves it for Ferguson. He's going to walk behind the net now. He surveys the scene. Loses the one thing, the puck. Welch is calling for it at the point. He's going to walk off the wall. Plays catch with Ferguson. Ferguson moves it along to Gaworski. Gaworski now controls behind the net. He stops up. He's knocked down. It's going to be put off the wall. Welch is going to try and hustle it over to keep this in the zone. Unable to do so. He retreats back to the neutral zone. Moves it D to D over to Ambrose Papuano. Papuano gives some ground in order to make a play. Gives it up to Riker Ferguson. Loses the handle there as Thiessen moves it back into the neutral zone. As Welch is going to approach Reese here. He stops up. Following on, though, was Ferguson to create a turnover. Throws it behind to Papuano. Barons changing their PK unit behind the play. Papuano is going to step to this. He gets the motor going. 32 to go on the power play. Papuano, he's going to get zone entry here. Leaves it for Blake Paris. Paris has it high in the zone. Dumps it deep to Connor Wilson. Wilson throws it behind the net now. On to get to this puck is Brooksy Gaworski. Wilson has it. It's in the skates of the official. Now comes up on the wall to Papuano. He hits Grant Lloyd just fresh off the bench. Backs it in. Backhands it in on the netminder. Gets all the way through after a deflection from Mason Fritchie. Whistle blows. 7 to go on the power play. as the Pens register shot number 5 of the game, first of the period. 11:45 to go in the second period. Thanks for tuning in here on Pens Elite TV, Cine TV, for a matchup between the 2015 Pens Elite and the 2015 Cleveland Barons. As Connor Wilson is going to win this back cleanly to Nenevisa. Nenevisa over to Loya. Loya snaps a shot, goes off the shin guard of a Barons player. Back to 5-on-5 action as 53's back on the ice. Takovitz. Fritchie tries to battle with Sadler. Barron's going to win this battle here as they come in 1-on-2. That's 55 Newton. He's going to snap a shot off the glove of Thompson. It's behind the net now. Takovitz controls, goes to the point man, 66. Wang snaps it in on net. Glove down by Thompson. No rebound from netminder number 33. $11:14 is the time on the clock. The score is 1 in favor of the black and gold. 0 for the boys in red, white, and black. Borman steps in for the draw. He's on right now with Davis and Stark. It's going to win this back to Brady Fritchie. Has his pocket picked here as Takovitz tries to get this puck. Newton tries to spin off the wall. Instead spins into the back of the net. Takovitz has it. It goes to the point. He's going to try and play catch. Coming over to this puck now is Newton. Has it behind the net. Loses it to Brady Fritchie. Smooth skating defenseman for the Pens Elite. Moves it up to Colt Davis. Davis throws it, but it's in the skates of Borman. Creates a turnover here as Newton's going to try to work wide here. Going to take a slap shot. Goes 6 feet wide of the net, though, as Fritchie pins his man to the wall. It's Easton Borman. Throws it behind the net. Welch is going to have to try and hustle to get to this puck. Barons are backing off as Welch is going to try and lead this rush now. He's going to come down the left-hand wall. He still has this puck. Tries to move it along further. Coming over freshly off the bench is Riker Ferguson as back to center comes Ambrose Papuano. Now comes to the stick blade of 93, Riker Ferguson. He's got a man wide, tries to hit him. It was Gaworski. Doesn't get through, though. Deflects off a shin guard. 1-0 the score. 10:02 to play in the second period right now. Picked up now by Gaworski. Runs into the official. As battling for this puck is Ferguson. Ferguson's going to win that battle once again. Riker Ferguson, he's got a man open at the point. It's Grant Loya. He hits him. Loya walks off the wall. He plays catch with Ferguson. Ferguson on the backhand tries to move it along further. Puck possessed by the Barons. Nice keep there by Grant Loya. Spins it to his backhand. Stick put into him, though, as it's brought back to center red. Over the stick, Ambrose Papuano. He's in a foot race now with Sadler. Papuano wins that battle from Sadler. Ambrose, headman pass goes into the backside of Sadler, though. Back to center, beyond the reach of Mazza. Goes under his stick as he's unable to play that puck. Goes to his D partner. Thrown up the middle of the ice here as the Barons exit the zone. On the back check was Bingham Green. Loses a stick. 17 Wilkos is working around. He's run into by Connor Wilson. As it's under, Wilkos right now puts his hand on the puck right in front of us to get a whistle. With 8:55 to go in the second period. Connor Wilson steps in for the draw. He's on with his line that's been on fire. Mason Fritchie and Bingham Green. Wins back cleanly to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie reverses. It's picked off. Read by Wilco. Centering pass attempt. Shut down by Thompson. As Guerra had a wide open opportunity in front. Unable to elevate that puck. Pens back on the attack. Mason Fritchie snaps it in. As Perkins able to stretch out the pad to keep this a 1-0 game, as the Pens were trying to turn it around here for an offensive opportunity of their own. 8:35 to play, second period action, 1-0 the score. Brunswick Auto Mart Arena, Strongsville, Ohio. Thanks for tuning in to Pens Elite TV for game number 4 of the 2-1-6 showcase. It's in the feet of the centerman. That's Connor Wilson. Tries to kick it back, but it's the Barons that possess the puck now. Throwing up the wall past center. Wilson tried to work it back to Nenevisa. It goes beyond his reach. Covering back now is Brady Fritchie. Fritchie Head up, moves it up to Bingham Green. Pens may have numbers here as Connor Wilson delays at the blue line. Wilson goes to the point. It's Nenevisa. Nenevisa is going to go for a change now as Bingham Green controls here on the far wall. He's taken out of the play. Absolutely hogtied. As it comes down to the point man. No, Welch. Welch is going to snap this as he's going to try and give and go with Fritchie. Welch is going to try and keep this in. It's chipped behind him. Covering back is going to be Ambrose Papuanu. He gets to that puck first. It's chipped out into the center. Pad save there off of Wilkos. Good save by Thompson. Papuano has it behind the net. He's going to try and throw it over to Welch. Has to hustle over for this puck. He picks it up. He's got a lane. He tries to move it up to Mason Fritchie. Chips it around one man. He's tripped up by Riker Gailey here. It's thrown right back in. Welch is going to possess this puck. Throws it across the Papuanu. Dangerous play there as stepping into that was Tanner Scott's going to be thrown in off the right pad of Perkins. Pens change all 5 skaters. 7:11 to go in the second period now. Headman pass attempt goes to Tanner Scott. Knocked right off of his stick by Ambrose Papuano. Correction, that was CJ Nenevisa. Gailey falls down. As fighting for this puck is Easton Borman. Gailey falls down again. Tanner Scott has it. Centering pass attempt. Good stick there from Grant Lloyd, and I'll not let that shot get off cleanly. Borman has it in his skates. Gailey's going to win this puck now. He's harassed by Borman. He's forced to the wall. Nenevisa no stick. He's going to try and defend Scott. Penalty coming up here as Tanner Scott fell down as he was being pressured by CJ Nenevisa. As the Pens are going to have to kill off their first PK of the day. 6:35 to go. 77 to the box. Borman on to take this face-off. Flanked by Stark on the backside. Loya and Welch. Borman's going to win this to the wall now. Goes to 27. The point man goes forward to 87. Shot taken. It's in Welch's skates. Deflected behind the net by Gira. Newton now has it. Kept to the outside. Comes back to the point man. Newton still has it. He's going to try and dance around Welch. Still has it to the outside. Seam pass goes off a couple of sticks. Coming to the point man, 27. Borman gets in the lane there. Good play by Easton Borman. Comes back to the point man. That's 27 though. He's going to try and walk off the wall. He's pressured by Borman. Easton Borman gets it back to the blue line. Not out of the zone though. Followed on now. It goes through the equipment of a couple guys. Still high in the slot. As Welch is going to come over to get to this puck. He's going to try and push it up off the wall. And he does. But not strong enough to get it out. As Newton has it on the half wall now. He's going to try and walk off. Welch is going to approach him. Newton now has it. He's going to try and tuck it in front. Borman picks it up. Throws it back to neutral. As the Pens are going to try and change some of their PK unit. Borman's going to get to the bench. Loya's going to get to the bench. A man falls down for the Barons. Welch is going to try and get to this puck. He's going to get to center red. Dump it in smartly. And he's going to go for a change here. As the Pens have 15 to go on the PK, 5:18 to go in the second period. Back on the attack come the Barons. Wilkos lumbering through center. Kept to the outside by Ambrose Papuano. He stops up now. 2 to go on the PK. It's going to be snapped in. 6 feet wide of the net again. Reese picks it up. 5-on-5 action underway. Pens have killed off the penalty. Goes to the point man. 27 off the stick of Paris. Ferguson now picks it up. Reese tries to seal off Riker Ferguson. Brady Fritchie, he steps into this puck. Tries to work it ahead to Gaworski. It's behind him, though. It's going to be brought along the Barons bench. Shoulder thrown into the head of Fritchie. Not sure who the man in red there is, but he throws a punch to the face of Fritchie now. It was 17 Wilkos. Papuano dances around number 17. Drive-by defensive effort there. As high in the zone, it's Riker Ferguson makes the defensive effort pay as he transitions to offense. And it's in the back of the net with 4:18 to go in the second period. 2-0 is the score. Riker Ferguson puts it up high over the shoulder of netminder 29, and it's a 2-0 game from the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. Pens were able to exit that zone. Very little pressure there applied. And they make the Barons pay. It's a 2-0 game, 4:18 to go in the second. As back on the attack come the Barons now. They're looking to reverse the momentum. Loy now picks it up. He reverses beyond the reach of Newton to Wilson. Wilson up to Green. Green chips it around the defender Wang. Following on is number 4, Mason Fritchie. Ahead of the play, though, was a boy in white. Offsides call, neutral zone faceoff coming up. 2-0 to score, 3:57 on the clock. Second period action here from the 216 Showcase outside of Cleveland, Ohio. Thanks for tuning in from Western PA or wherever you may be. Inadvertently, a glove was dropped on the bench here from Cole Davis, so it's picked up. Number 19 on the assist, getting that glove back on the bench. Riker Ferguson puts the Pens up 2-0 right now on that last goal. And it's Bingham Green, number 19. Centering pass over to Wilson. Wilson's trying to center it. Just missed. Mason Fritchie, who was going to the net. Fritchie's going to chip this now. Behind the net, 58 picks it up. As it's thrown up to the Barons, who's trying to streak back to center. Wilson seals his man off. Who also hit the deck. So Loy is now going to go to the box. As he just angled his man to the wall. And goes down. So the PK unit tasked with killing off the penalty to Loya with 3:31 to go in the second period is going to be Green, Fritchie, and then Avisa. But it's Bingham Green bringing it back into the Barons zone. Pocket picked by him, followed on by Mason Fritchie. Offsides to the call as Bingham Green was ahead of the play. Neutral zone face-off coming up, 3:20 to go. Whistle blows here. Stepping in for this draw is going to be Mason Fritchie as he battles with the opposing centerman right now, who I think is, I see a 1 on the jersey. Fritchie's going to be waved out. It's Wilkos. Green steps in for the draw. Tries to win this back to himself. Instead, it goes back to Brady Fritchie, number 9. It's going to dump it into the Barons zone. It comes right back to the backhand of Brady Fritchie. Throws it into the Barons bench. 1:05 to go on the PK. On the penalty call for roughing to number 43, Grant Loya. Fritchie steps in for this draw once again. Conversation between Green and Fritchie, who's going to take the draw. Green waves him out. As it's 1 back to Fritchie right now. That's Brady Fritchie, number 9. Off his backhand for his brother, number 4. It's in his equipment. .27's going to be sealed to the wall now. Turns the puck over to number 9. That is Brady Fritchie. Uses the net as a shield. Throws it up off the wall to Bingham Green. Unable to move it along further, though, as the Barons keep it in. It goes off the backside of Fritchie, who's trying to hold the wall. Strongly lifts the stick of Thiessen, number 86. It's got him turned the wrong way. Easily tucks it up off the wall. Back to center. Bingham Green goes to try and get to this puck. Tries to hit Mason Fritchie with it. Mason Fritchie falls down. As the Barons are going to have numbers here. They come in 4-on-3, 4-on-2. They go wide to Wilco. Snapped off the glove of Thompson. 12 to go in the PK. Reese goes down low to Gailey. Has it on the goal line. He walks up to the half wall. He's going to leave it for Wilkos. 4 to go in the penalty. Wilkos throws it 6 feet wide of the net again. As Fritchie comes over to get to this puck, he's got a man ahead of the play. It's Connor Wilson. Tries to hit him. Picked off, though. As the Pens are going to go right back on the attack. Back to 5-on-5 action. Fritchie tries to hit Wilson. It's going to develop into a turnover here, 2-on-2. As 9, Reese is going to come in. He stops up. Throws it through everybody. Comes all the way to Colt Davis. Tries to dance around Wilkos. Eventually gets it out of the zone. Back to center to Mazza. Mazza has it on his forehand. He's going to throw it up ahead to Reese. Reese is going to snap it in. and go for a change. Over to get to this puck is CJ Nanavisa. He forces his man to the wall. On to help out, number 8, Connor Wilson. It's behind the left skate of 55. Tanner Scott cashes in here. He's going to try to move this puck. He's got Stark. Davis moves it to Stark now. Pens are coming back in. Snapped in on the netminder. Perkins is going to cover up and delay things here with 1:08 to go in the second period. Offensive zone faceoff coming up. This time to the left side of netminder Perkins. Number 29. But number 74, Easton Borman, steps in for the draw, flanked by Davis, Stark. On the backside, Papuano and Welch. Thrown behind the net now. Where 15, Mazza, unable to control this puck. It might be a turnover here for the Pens Elite as it pops out now and recovered by the Barons. Come back to center. Thrown up to 87. He's going to try Papuano. Papuano's going to watch his man sticked away easily there by Thompson. As Borman and Papuano run into each other, picked up by Tanner Scott now. Comes back to the point man. High stick on the puck. As it pops out in front, and it's shut down by Thompson. There was a high stick on the puck, and it was touched by the Barons. Should have been blown dead there. It develops into a scoring chance from the Barons. Things shut down there by Luka Thompson. Had to be alert to keep it a 2-0 game here late in the second period. Big save there by Luka, number 33. As the official falls down, he ran into Takovitz. Riker Ferguson. He's going to push things now. He's going to snap it in on net. It's loose in front. Grant Loy was crashing in there for a rebound opportunity. He skates away, takes a couple shots to the back. Shows some discipline, does number 43, the right-handed defenseman, Seneca Valley product. But on to take the draw, number 93, Riker Ferguson. One back to Blake Parrish, 25. He chips it down lower to Brooks Gaworski. Loy is going to pinch down now. Throws it behind the net once again. Thiessen picks it up behind the net. He's crashed into by 45, Brooksy Gaworski. Gaworski, at the heart of the line, tries to win that battle. It's going to be chipped around Loy, holding it in nicely is Blake Parrish, and that's going to be it for period number 2. As the Pens are able to cash in on one goal on the period, thanks to 93 Riker Ferguson. So if you're watching at home, score sheet looks like Bingham Green, number 19 in the first period, number 93 Riker Ferguson in period number 2, and that's where we stand. Coming up next is period number 3 from the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. The score right now, Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 2, the Cleveland Barons 0. Period 3 action set to resume from the Brunswick Auto Mart Arena. 15 minutes on the clock. Ferguson on for the draw. He's on with Gaworski and Blake Parrish. Backside, Fritchie and Welch. Pens are going to bring this into the offensive zone here. It's picked up by the centerman, 17 Wilkos. He's going to retreat behind his own net now as Ferguson picks his pocket. It's behind him, marked along to Gaworski. Gaworski has it on his forehand now. He stops up. Leaves it for Ferguson. Ferguson chips it beyond 58. He's approached by Lapanga. Ferguson's going to throw it off the wall. Pinching down is number 9, Brady Fritchie. He wins that battle. Throws it behind the net now. As Lapanga picks it up. Lapanga's going to try and throw this ahead further. As it comes out of the zone, but picked up by Blake Parrish. Wilkos throws it up ahead to Guerra. Good play there by Brady Fritchie to knock it off the stick of the Barons forward. Back into the Pens D zone where Thiessen picks it up. Bugaj sends it now up ahead to, that's Wilkos. Winning that foot race is number 9, Brady Fritchie. He takes a hook. Able to make a play, leaves it for Connor Wilson. Wilson, headman pass attempt. Picked up now by Mason Fritchie. He's got it in flight. Goes wide to Bingham Green. Bingham Green snaps this wide of the net. Mason Fritchie picks it up. He peels off the wall. A couple Barons fall down. As pinching down is Ambrose Papuano. Nice play by him to try and hold his own momentarily. Reese is able to work it back to center. Covering back is number 8. That's Connor Wilson. Leaves it for Bingham Green. Fritchie's going to stay on the forecheck. Penn's changing some players behind the play. As Connor Wilson now has it. He's got some reinforcements coming. Connor Wilson dips and dances. He's got a man in front. Tries to hit him. It was Mason Fritchie. Mason Fritchie's going to work over to this puck. Leaves it for Colt Davis. He's unable to handle it though. Gets that puck back once again. As he's on the forecheck here against Thiessen. Wang tries the headman pass to Sadler. He's separated easily by Easton Borman. Borman kicks it back to center. Muscles his man off the puck. Not sure who that was. Stark falls down. As CJ Nenavais is going to dump it back in. Hits a glove on the bench. Official didn't see that one, so play's going to resume. Newton, 55. He'll try Brady Fritchie. Newton leaves the puck here on the half wall. Picked up by Sadler. Sadler's centering pass attempt goes through a couple of bodies. Found by 7, Nico Stark. Stark up to Davis. He's coming in one-on-one against Mazza. He dances around Mazza, forgets one thing, and that's the biscuit. As back to center, Davis is able to get his footing back. He's going to throw it back to Nenavais, and Nenavais has to retreat all the way back into his own zone. As the Barons change up a couple of players, Nenavais is 75-7, retreats behind his own net, leaves it for Papuano. Papuano up to Borman. Borman tries to headman this up to Stark. As Sadler's going to come back in on the attack right now. He's confronted by Papuano, who has this on his forehand. He's got a lot of real estate. He's going to take it right now. As he's going to hit center red, dump the puck. Pens change up their forwards. In on the forecheck, 45 Brooksy Gaworski, number 93 Riker Ferguson. Goes to Tanner Scott here on the half wall. Thrown up the center to Gailey. He makes a man miss. That's Paris. He's going to walk in off the left shin guard of Ambrose Papuano. Walsh is going to come over and play Gailey now. Ferguson forces him to the wall. It's in the equipment of a couple players. It's put in on net. It's in front of the netminder, Thompson, and it's going to be shut down as Thompson gets a cover here with 11:10 to go in the third. We're to the right side of netminder number 33, Luca Thompson. On for the draw. Gailey and Ferguson. Ferguson picks it up below the goal line now. He'll wind things in front of Thompson. Headman pass finds nobody though as it's picked up by Bugaj. Thrown back into the Pens D zone. Going back to collect this puck is 43 Grant Loy. He reverses back to Nenavais. And Nenavais gets his head up, moves it ahead to, that's 45 Brooksy Gaworski. Gaworski makes one man miss. Still has it high in the slot, makes two man miss. Was looking for Loy. Loy's going to pinch down here. It's in the feet of Scott. Blake Paris, he has this puck. He takes a hook. As on to help out is Brooksy Gaworski. It's going to pop up right in center in front of the net as headman pass hits Tanner Scott. Welch is going to come up and ship this ahead to Blake Paris. Paris is going to go for a change here. Remaining on, Connor Wilson. It's thrown to the point man. It's going to be Brady Fritchie. He walks down. He's going to reverse with Wilson. They play catch. Wilson goes back door to Welch. Welch is going to snap this off the bar and up into the netting. With 10:04 to go in the third period. Score remains 2-0. Wilson's going to step in for the draw. He's on with Fritchie and Green. Wins it back to Mason Fritchie. Goes to his brother Brady Fritchie. He's going to play it over to Welch. Welch is going to walk in. He's going to snap it through to Bingham Green. Hits Bingham Green. Can't get Wood off, though. Bingham Green's going to pinch down on his man as he holds it on the half wall. He's battling Wilkos right now. It's going to go out the other side to Wang. Wang to Lapanga. Mason Fritchie's going to try and activate. Comes back to the point man. Welch is going to snap this in. Goes off the hip of 17 Wilkos. Puck's bouncing around as Reese is going to try Welch now. He's going to try and chip it around him. Brady Fritchie switches. It's going to be an icing call. 9:24 to go in the third period. We'll come all the way back down into the Pens offensive zone to the right of netminder Perkins once again. Not sure the shot totals here, but Luka Thompson has had to make some big saves. Pens leading right now 2-0. Borman steps in, on with Davis, Stark, Papuano, and Loya. Easton Borman picks it up, shot into the right shoulder of Perkins, and down into his glove. No rebound, as Borman was looking for a quick offensive opportunity off his own faceoff when he's shaking his left hand. Not sure if he was hit on that one, but Newton steps in. Borman wins this back once again. He wins it to Davis. Davis loses the handle, though, as this is going to turn into a 3-on-1 opportunity as it's snapped in on Thompson. And he finds the rebound here and shuts things down. Big save by Luka Thompson. As a couple Penguins collided there in the offensive zone, it made it into a 3-on-1 opportunity. 9:04 to go. Thompson shuts things down. Keeps it a 2-0 game. Does not allow a rebound on the play, so it's going to be Grant Loya. Throws it behind the net. Looks like Papuano lost an edge there momentarily. As Borman, he's on to help out. It's behind the Penguin net. Thrown out in front. And it's found by Thompson once again. Big save from Luka. Goes behind the net. 2 saves from Luka Thompson. 8:45 now to go in the third period. Puck battle here in the far corner. It's going to be won by 43, Grant Loya. He's got a man up ahead of the play. It's Nico Stark. He's going to bounce around Mazza now. Mazza's trying to force him to the wall. Stark. He's able to work off the wall. As it comes up now to Brady Fritchie. He's going to try and keep things in. As the Pens were peeling back there. As Sadler tries to work around Brady Fritchie. Sadler picks up the puck now. He's going to work it in. Trying to recover his Nenavise. He throws it back to neutral. Newton's going to be run into and picked up now by Brooks Gaworski. He's in flight. 7:50 to go in the third. He's looking a man off. Snaps it in on net. Just misses the net, though. Out of the zone come the Barons. As Tanner Scott sees bumped into, it comes to Ambrose Papuano. He's got some room to skate. He takes that lane. He's coming in 1-on-3 though. Delays at the top of the zone. He peels around one man, 2-man. Scott bumps into his own man as Papuano. He's peeling off. He has it high in the zone. He's going to go to Brooksy Gaworski. Gaworski dances around Sadler now. Sadler's going to chip this along further to Connor Wilson. Wilson has it behind the net. Wilson, he surveys the scene. He's going to pop out high to Papuano. Nobody in front, though. It's just 3 Barons players. He's going to wind it up, tease it up. Goes off the backside of Gaworski. It's going to come high in the zone here. Welch has it on his backhand. It's in the skates of Gailey. It's kicked out by Sadler. Sadler skates back. He's going to be bumped into now by Bingham Green. Connor Wilson runs into him. Wilson wins that puck battle as he skates out in front. He makes a man miss as he headmans the pass up to Bingham Green. He's got a man head of the plate. It's Mason Fritchie. He's got Green going with him. Mason bounces out wide. He's forced to the wall. Maintains his body position. Throws it up into the skates of the official, though. 6:31 to go in the third period. As Lapanga chips it around Wilson. Back to center. Center red. Then Avisa goes D to D. That's Grant Loya now that gets the motor going. Leaves it for Mason Fritchie. Sadler picks his pocket. Returns the favor. Does Mason Fritchie to Sadler and dumps it in deep, where Bingham Green runs into his man. Lapanga throws it up off the wall. Comes to the stick blade of CJ Nenavisa. Now Mason Fritchie on the half wall. He's going to go into the net. It's Connor Wilson. Had a man backdoor. Just knocked off of his stick at the last second. It's now on the skates of the official. He's knocked to the ice. Mason Fritchie tries to work for this. Bugaj puts it off the wall. Loya pinches down. As he works it around Gailey, Bugaj has it. He's just going to throw it up off the wall here. Covering the point is Bingham Green. Deflects in on net. One-timer attempt comes to Mason Fritchie. Comes high to Grant Loya. He has it on the backhand now. Loya has it here on the goal line. He battles for it. Court Davis is going to walk off the wall. He's got some time. Centering pass attempt goes to Borman. Taken down there is a Penguins player. Comes right back to the stick of Davis. Tried to move it for Borman. Just could not do so. And it's going to be thrown back down into the Pens D zone. Picked up by Brady Fritchie. Barons are changing behind the play. Pens may have an opportunity here as Brady Fritchie walks in. Leaves it for Borman. Turned over to Wilkos. As they're going to have a too many men call on the Barons. They had 7 on at one point. Bailing out the Penguins there as they were going the other way. So the Pens are going to go to the power play with 5 minutes even in the third period. Riker Ferguson on for the draw. He gets his men organized. The Sadler's going to sit down for the next minute 30 or less. Jaworski trying to control this puck. It comes back to Noah Welch. He's going to control things. He goes D-to-D over to Brady Fritchie. Fritchie moves it to Jaworski. Jaworski falls down. Is able to chip it up to Brady Fritchie, the point man. He works it down to Jaworski. Jaworski, he surveys the scene. He's looking for an option. Jaworski's going to move it to Welch. Welch has some time. He's got some real estate. He's going to unleash a slap shot. Goes into the backside of Wilkos. Cleveland's going to change behind the play. Brady Fritchie's right back into the offensive zone. Leaves it for Jaworski. Snapped in on net. Doesn't get a lot on it, though, as he fans on that attempt. Comes up the wall here to Riker Ferguson. It's going to be thrown wide to Grant Loya. Up ahead of the play now is Connor Wilson. Man falls down at 66. Connor Wilson comes in as it's still loose in front of the net. Still loose. As it's still loose.
You gotta let it go. It's because he's laying down.
Perkins had no idea where the puck was. It was in the crease. And loose. Whistle blows. 4:02 to go in the third period. 34 to go on the power play. Barons changing up the troops right now. Thanks for tuning in. Cine TV, Pens Elite TV. Game number 4 of the 2-1-6 showcase. Pens looking for their 4th victory in 4 games. Bringing the 4-1-2 to the 2-1-6. It's going to be won, but almost too cleanly as it goes out of the zone. Papuano plays catch with Loya. It goes right back to Papuano now. As ahead of the play was Mason Fritchie. Neutral zone faceoff coming up. It's going to be won back cleanly to Ambrose Papuano. Spin move here as he gets it up to Bingham Green. Tries to tap pass up to Connor Wilson. He connects. Wilson dances around Mazza. Shot in on net. And the rebound's put in! Undressed the defenseman. Connor Wilson fouled. Mason Fritchie for the tap in. And it's a 3-0 game. The PPG for PPE. As the scoreboard now shows 3:38. Beautiful move there from number 8, Connor Wilson. Mason Fritchie crashing the net there, is able to pop that rebound in behind netminder 29 Perkins. Pens looking for more here. Scoreboard shows 4-0, but it's really now showing 4-3. It's really a 3-0 game. Not sure where the 4-3 came from. But it's now put up to number 4, Mason Fritchie. Gailey's going to bring it back into his defensive zone here as Wang regroups, throws it up to Scott. Scott's content to throw it back to CJ Nenavisa. Nenavisa, he spins off the man, off the stick of Scott now. At center red, it's controlled by really nobody. It's dancing off a bunch of skates and bodies, and Nenavisa seals his man off the wall here in the far corner. Gailey hustles on to get to this puck. Knocked off the puck by 9, Brady Fritchie. As into the back of Bingham Green was a cross check, and the Pens are going to go to the power play here with 3:19 to go in the period. Here in third period action from the Brunswick Mart Arena. Bam! From the West Rink. On here for the PP, Easton Borman, number 74. Getting his troops organized here. Nico Stark, Colt Davis, Ambrose Papawantu, Noah Walsh. 2:40 to go in the period. 2015 AAA hockey action here between the Cleveland Barons and the Pens Elite. It's going to be one back to Wilkos to his netminder. Thiessen has the puck, has it on his forehand, throws it high up the boards. Held in by Papawantu. It's going to dump it right back in behind netminder 29 Perkins. On the forecheck, here comes Nico Stark. It's going to be thrown up the wall now. Getting that is Easton Borman. He walks down. He's at the face-off dot. Snap over the net, though. Comes all the way through to Papawantu. He has it on his forehand now. He's going to spin off his man, Guerra. He's able to create some space here. Comes Noah Welch. Welch is going to snap this in. He's got Colt Davis. Colt Davis moves it to Easton Borman. It's loose at the top of the crease here. It comes out to Ambrose Papawantu. He hustles over to keep it in the zone. He makes one man miss. He's going to walk in. Snapped in on the netminder, 29 Perkins. And he gets a whistle here with 1:59. Good zone time there. As some conversations ensue between a couple of Penguins and a couple of Barons here on the way to the bench. Pens lots of zone time here this evening. Only able to get 3 behind Perkins here, but they're looking for more. As Nenavisa, he plays catch with Gaworski. Gaworski makes one man miss. It's Reese. Gaworski snaps it in off the glove of Perkins. 66 Wang tries to get to this puck as Ferguson gives it to Gaworski. Gaworski dips and dances, loses one thing. The puck, as it's thrown all the way back down into the Pen zone. Icing is going to be the call here. 22 now to go on the power play. 1:32 to go in the third period. As the Pens look out to close out game number 4 from the 216 showcase from Strongsville, Ohio. On for the draw. It's going to be Riker Ferguson. Fergie, number 93. He's on with Paris, Gaworski, Loya, and Nenavisa. It's one behind the Barons net. As Thiessen falls down, Ferguson takes a stick to his midsection. Nothing called here as it's late in the game. The official chuckles. Paris was looking for Nenavisa. They get their signals crossed here as Nenavisa, he spins out of this as we're back to 5-on-5 action. Barons player out of the box. Loya goes back to collect. Well, now spinning behind netminder number 33, Luca Thompson, throws it off the wall. It's going to be stepped into by Lapanga. Nenavisa on his backhand now, puts his man to the wall. Comes up to the half wall to Brooksy Gaworski, 44 to go in the third. Brooks dips and dances, loses the puck though to Takovitz. Takovitz up to Newton. Newton, he's going to try and work things. He has his puck on his backhand now. 28 to go in the frame. As it comes up here to the half wall to number 4, Mason Fritchie. Headman pass for Brady Fritchie. He dips and dances. He's in all alone. Just missing the net was Brady Fritchie. Had Perkins dead to rights, just missed the net though. As we got 8 seconds to go in the game here. As back to center comes Thiessen. 2 to go. One to go. And that's going to do it here from game number 4 as the W goes to the black and gold as they surround the man with the shutout, number 33, Luka Thompson. 3-0, the final score. Thanks for joining us here on Pensley TV, City TV, as the final score from game number 4 is the Pittsburgh Penguins Elite 3 and the Cleveland Barons 0. They'll be back in action tomorrow morning. I believe the Pens will be taking on the Whitby Wildcats at 8 a.m. But stay tuned for updates if you follow along, as I think we're right back here tomorrow morning to close out the 216 Showcase.